So I had stuff I had to do yesterday. So I wasn't able to do a video about all this yesterday. So I'll do it this morning. While I was helping a friend yesterday, again, they broke into my house again and let out my dog. Thank God it wasn't sweltering heat this time. So I did this video, I think yesterday morning maybe, before I took off. And all of this is in relation to this video. This is how Tara Joyce responded. She is so full of self-adulation, it's hard to deal with her. I got an A on the way, you know? And she'll say that she's connected to Sewertown. At least I got her to admit that her best friends have a business that's barely legal, porn business. Now she's saying she's friends with Sewertown. And she turns it all about Thomas Schoenberger. But this is important because I got emails from Thomas yesterday, and this all felt like it was a coordinated attack. To be quite honest, I think they're working in league with each other. And it's all, they came at me, and now they're the victims. They're the victims. She'll talk about Geo Farnsworth. And I want to deal with this. I'll deal with that in a second, but I want to deal with one thing. You talk about love and forgiveness. I have said that I am the antithesis of that. I do not care about love and forgiveness. I think everyone should be focused on that. Me, I'm more focused on accountability. But she doesn't listen to anything anybody says. But at the same time, my best friend perishes. Geo Farnsworth is trying to convince me that he's in my town. Anonymous never threatened you, but they did. Poor David with the laughing face. And while this was happening, Pootie Twang, who now I guess calls himself the Lord of Darkness, is sending me all kinds of live videos about my town. At the same time, which, as you can see, I forwarded to my sheriff. So he knew at the time. But these are the people that Tara Joyce Randolph is friends with and supports and claims they're victims. But realize all this was happening when my best friend died. They were taking credit for my best friend's demise. And so this is what I wrote back to Tara Joyce and posted in everything that she was saying. This is what I wrote right there. But while this is all happening with Tara Joyce on YTube, Thomas Schoenberger is sending me email after email after email after email. And I'm going to post those emails, not because I think he's credible, but I post it for two reasons. If the information he is given is good, great. But for the most part, I bet he's running people down rabbit holes that go nowhere. And you have to ask yourself why. So this is the beginning. And most of this is bullshit. It's bullshit. And this whole thing about fame, I don't know who these people are, but the whole thing about fame, they keep bringing this up to me. I'm looking for fame. I think the world is about ready to end. I have PTSD. I hate crowds. I'm not looking for fame. I don't understand why these people keep telling me that I'm trying to get famous off of them, but they're not famous. So how does that work? And I turned on Thomas because he's a bad guy. Because this is the kind of shit that he says, you know? I was a child when all that shit happened when I was 13 years old. After I was forced to light that dude on fire. But this is the kind of backwards, backhanded bullshit Thomas will send. He's not supporting me, he's attacking me. He's just doing it nicely. And for not attacking me, he sure does attack me. He just does it in a different way. He's trying to separate himself from this group. But like I said, while he's sending me all of this bullshit, Tara Joyce is doing her bullshit. It seems coordinated to me. So after I posted what I posted, well, this is Tara Joyce's response to me posting this. But I stand by this. What I'm saying in this is true. But with Thomas's email, I just decided to forward him. And this is what I wrote. And you can see Neil, Gross, Chad Butler, all law enforcement. And so I added this. You know? It all needs to be investigated. And Thomas Schoenberger sure does fancy Neil. Although Thomas Schoenberger told me he's only had one email from Neil. And the question is, why lie? Why indeed? Why do you think any of these people are doing what they're doing? Maybe they're trying to get famous off of me. Because everyone knows who I am in the world. How do you become famous off of someone who's not famous? And this is also what I wrote my sheriff. Right there. Forwarded the stuff. This is what I forwarded my sheriff. So my sheriff knows what is going on. And this is so true right there. Right there. This right there. This is the kind of shit that I have to deal with. And I find it interesting that the sheriff's office is now going around and giving classes on child trafficking. It's bullshit. They're helping child traffickers while they're going out and trying to become the heroes. It's like Neil Gross putting signs, vote for Neil Gross for sheriff, all over town when no one's running against him. This group is coordinated. And you have to understand, while all of this is happening yesterday, everything that I just showed, they broke into my house and let my dog outside again. So what else were they doing in my house? And I know who it was, and Neil knows who it was, because I told him. Because they go out of their way, just like they did yesterday, to let me know. You know? They want me to know because there's nothing I can do. And the sheriff is not helping. But this was just yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Just yesterday. Every day it's like this. And they're all trying to hide their operation. And until they get investigated and stopped, your children are not safe. That's how it works. I'll put screenshots of all of this on my blog, davidschurter.com, when I post this video on the blog. So if you want to go look at any of the screenshots, you can go look there. For those of you who appreciate my work, my PayPal and my Venmo are just D. Schurter. It takes a lot of effort and, unfortunately, cash to have to deal with this. But one last thing. When it comes to Sewer Town, if I was going to investigate Sewer Town, I'd investigate all the dead people that are associated with this group. Because there's a lot of them. This group needs to be stopped.